Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for X-Men Legacy number 3. Oh, sorry, X-Men Legacy number 246, Age of X number 3, and Legion of Supervillains one-shot number 1. I'll do this one first. Now, I guess you can say this is a great introductory issue for what's a storyline that's coming up. But if you've never read Legion of Superheroes, you will have absolutely no idea who any of these people are. Now, the only two people that you really need to know would be Saturn Queen and Lightning Lord. Now, this is my one biggest complaint with DC, with their Legion of Superheroes, in that, you know, like, they don't know how to make up names. You know, like, there's Saturn Girl, which is the hero, and Saturn Queen, which is the villain, and she's exactly the evil version. Then there's Lightning Lad, which is the hero, and there's Lightning Lord, which is, you know, obviously the super villain of them, and of course they two team up and they both have a kind of like a weird relationship. Now I understand they're all connected somehow, but still, can't you be a little bit more creative? Like, how about, I could respect them more if they called him Guy Who Shoots Lightning. You know, I'd be, hey, great, I can appreciate that. And just call her like, I like to treat people like dirt and read your mind. Hey, I can respect those names. But anyways, let's get on with the story. And now, like, I think the art's pretty decent. I think there's some really decent moments in terms of character faces, but I think there's other times which I just go, maybe not so good. But I think overall the art's decent. Now, basically what's going on is Saturn Queen and Lightning Lord, they were imprisoned, and Saturn Queen uses her powers to basically get the warden to let her out, which causes, you know, domino effect, everybody else gets out. And what she's doing is basically trying to recruit a new legion of supervillains, you know, for her fiendish plan. So what's going on here is you have this riot going on in the prison, and she's basically going to take the strongest ones. So, alright, I'm like going, okay, that's a fair, decent plot just to get, you know, to figure out how you're going to get your crew going. And now when I look at these guys here, all I'm kind of seeing is like the X-Men in some way, shape, or form. For an example, this guy, well actually this guy right here, all I see is Gundam. She's kind of like an X-23, is what I'm kind of envisioning, because she's got knives and stuff. This guy's clearly Kraven the Hunter, and they even call him Hunter, so, you know, come on. Now this guy, right, this guy was more DC because he's at least the Atom. And this guy is like some weird version of the Blob. So, I don't really, you know, like, when I saw them, I wasn't, like, truly impressed with their cast of characters. Now, from there, basically what happens is, she's basically, like I said, she's just moving on, trying to gather her forces. She does this testing where she collides two planets together, and that's, you know, the springboard for another storyline. But, sorry about that. Now, overall, I thought it was decent. It didn't wow me, but I don't think it was. It was just like I don't know if I'm going to continue this or not. We'll see. I'll have to wait and see when the issue comes out if I remember it. But it was all right. Now let's go on to X-Men Legacy number 246. Now, I do have to admit, I'm actually starting, the story is kind of growing on me, but I still have lots of issues with it. Now, I think part of my problem that I have with this book is all I'm seeing is Age of Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, and all this other nonsense. And it just drives me crazy. But there's some interesting characters along the way. I like some of their redesigns. And so that's the only thing that's really one of the key things that's keeping me in, is I like looking at the new character designs, and it just, I don't know, there's like, I kind of wish that some of their characters look like that. You know, like for an example, Danny looks really cool. That's Domino. I kind of like the old Domino better, but so that's one of the few that I didn't like the revision. Magma looks good. Gambit's costume looks kind of interesting, and he's using his power differently, so I thought that was good. I really like, Colossus, the way his mask opens up like that. So it's just things like that I kind of like. So that's what keeps me going. Now, the gist of this one is everybody's after Rogue, and basically it's a hunt mission where it's going to kill or be killed type thing. Kill her or bring her back alive type thing. It doesn't matter. But they don't want her to leave. Now, along the way, Rogue meets up with Wolverine, and then Wolverine basically gives her time to escape. But she's suggesting that she thinks that there's something wrong. She says that there's something that feels out of place. And so what it almost looks like is basically the two worlds basically merged together in a way, where they took the existing heroes and they put them into the future self, and then what they have to do is they have to try to figure out how to reverse that. At least that's what I'm gathering. Now, Wolverine eventually talks to Basilisk, and Basilisk's like, yeah, I kind of sense something too, something's odd, and I'm with you because I want a chance of redemption type thing. So I thought, well, that part I thought it's okay. It's nothing. I mean, at least it's the story's progressing somewhere, which I thought was good. And I am kind of curious to see where it's going to go. But we'll see. I think there's some good parts to it, but I don't think it's like the strongest story possible. Now, the one thing I will say that I do kind of like about it in this is the sense that at least it's telling a more coherent storyline that, unlike some of the other books these X books are doing, some of those other X-Men Legacy titles were just really, really painful to read. And within the Uncanny X-Men ones, it's just the same thing. I don't think they're as good as they should be. And at least like with this one, where you have like the X-Men Legacy, it's going through New Mutants and all these other X titles. At least it's telling one long story and not having like for example, 4 issues with the same team in each issue fighting 4 different people and 4 different storylines. Then it gets kind of complicated, it gets kind of stupid, and it just destroys any form of continuity. So at least it's more coherent, I guess you could say. But I don't know. Like I don't think I'd buy the trade for this unless something amazing comes out at the end. But we'll see. But anyways, that's my review for these two. It's a decent one-shot, but if you don't care about Legion of Superheroes, this will not make you buy it. Legion of Superheroes going forward. If you do like Legion, you pretty much have to buy this to know what's going on coming up. X-Men Legacy, it's decent, but I don't think it's going to win over a ton of fans. A little bit better than I thought it would have been, but I'm not really giving it high marks yet. So if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more reviews up later. So until next time.